Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Hello, people of the world. Space Gypsy is back again, and thank you for watching another episode of Weird Sunday, the video series where we talk about the strange and unusual things that happen in this glorious, glorious world that we live in. Before we get started today, I just want to... Gypsy! Where was last week's episode, huh? I know I didn't do last week's episode, I'm sorry. Bitch, it's called Weird Sunday, not every other Sunday. Is Space Gypsy gonna have it slap a clone? Well, excuse me? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know, I understand I didn't do last week's episode, and again, I am so very sorry for that because, you know, there were time constraints and whatnot, and we had to go somewhere else for the weekend, but I hope this episode will make it up. So, sit tight and ignore my stupid, because today we're going to be talking about Slenderman, the London Hammer, and the Winchester Mystery House. So, without further ado, welcome to Weird Sundays. So pretty much everyone and their mother has heard of Slenderman. The tall white man with no face wearing a tux has pretty much at one point or another have given us nightmare fuel over the years. But where did this creature come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Sorry, I had to do it. Slenderman's popularity started in 2009 with various memes, creepypastas, and a horror game based on stories of how he would abduct you if you looked right at him. But did you know this creature could actually be real? Admit it yourself a little. Stories of a creature like Slenderman have gone back as far as dramatic medieval times. Back then, this creature was known as the Grossman or the Grossman. The Grossman would kidnap village children, and he was said to be mostly skeletal with extra bone limbs that would grab any children who dared winter into his woods. Not only are there legends of this creature, but in June of 1953, there was an incident at a horse ranch in Polk County, North Carolina, when 911 dispatchers received a call from the farmer's neighbors saying that there had been screams and gunfire coming from the barn. Police arrived on scene and they went into the horse barn only to find that all the animals appeared to be ripped limb from limb. But that wasn't the weirdest part. When officers came into the house, they could see blood splatters across the walls that trailed into the main bedroom. Officers tried to get into the room but found it had been barricaded on the inside with furniture. Once inside, they found Ted Henderson, the farmer of the ranch, right next to his dead wife. Ted only mumbled and whispered, but everything seemed inaudible. Shortly after, Ted Henderson was admitted to the Jenkins Mental Hospital, where he never uttered a word until 3 years later. On the very anniversary of the incident, Ted only spoke a few words, saying only, "Skinny fella, suit, killed my wife, took my little girl." Not long after Ted was interviewed, he killed himself in his very room with terror still in his eyes. Huh, Polk County, North Carolina. I wonder how far that's away from our county. Set out. Oh God! In 1934, in London, Texas. Yes, there's a town in Texas named London. They have fancy guns. A couple of hikers found a unique looking rock by the local river. It was so unique because it had appeared as a piece of wood sticking right out of it. Amazed by the rock, the couple took it home as a souvenir, but unbeknownst to them, what lay inside. It wasn't until 10 years later their son decided to crack open the rock to see what secrets it had been holding. And to their amazement, inside was a perfectly preserved iron hammer. The hammer would have had to be older than the rock, and the actual rock itself was carbon dated to be 400 million years old, which even for advanced civilizations like Rome and Egypt would have been downright impossible to make without the help of modern technology. The wood part of the hammer itself is so old that it's actually started to turn into coal. This hammer, amongst many other unexplainable objects, could either prove or disprove the existence of evolution, aliens, the biblical flood, and super ancient civilizations. Honestly, I think that's why there's no longer any dinosaurs, because Noah couldn't finish his boat, couldn't keep it together, lost his hammer, didn't finish the boat, now we ain't got no more dinos. Just chickens. Just chickens. Chickens.
Carry on my wayward son.
Dean, grab the salt. Whoops, wrong Winchester. In San Jose, California stands an absolute maze of a house that has 160 rooms, 40 bedrooms,
2 ballrooms, 47 fireplaces, over 10,000 pieces of glass, 17 chimneys, 2 basements, and 3 elevators.
Oh dear God! Jesus, that's like an OCD person's nightmare. The entire property covers 162 acres, and the inside looks like a complete maze that has stairs leading to nowhere, windows built in the floors, and confusing hallways that just turn up into the ceilings. The house itself was built in 1884 by Sarah Winchester. Her husband, Oliver Winchester, was the maker and creator of the Winchester rifle, and it was said to be the gun that won the West. After his death of tuberculosis in 1881, Sarah received 50% of the Winchester ownership and gained a whopping $2.5 million. Damn! After speaking to a Boston medium, Sarah Winchester was told her husband's death was caused by the angry spirits of the people killed by the Winchester rifle, and that she would have to build a massive, enormous house to keep the spirits at bay. Construction of said house started in 1884, with carpenters working day and night non-stop. There were no architects on site because Mrs. Winchester was said to perform seances on the property to ask the spirits on how to make the house. Interestingly enough, Mrs. Winchester never had her photo taken during the time because she would believe it would steal her very soul. And also because of her seances on the property, it is said to be haunted by numerous spirits. The house used to stand at 7 stories, but unfortunately in 1906, there was an earthquake that crashed the top stories, leaving only 4 levels left. Right now, you can actually visit the Winchester Mansion in San Jose, California, but you might just get lost like all the other spirits. Well, that's it for today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed. Again, I'm very sorry for not uploading a video last week. Again, I am so very sorry, and hope this video can make up for it. The kitty of the day is Ziggy.
Look at that derpy kitty face. It is so adorable.
Ziggy is the lovable oaf of the family, and he just gets in trouble so many times. What? Fight? Thank you guys for watching this week's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next Sunday. Namaste. Yep. Shit! Oh god! That's what I get for spazzing out. But on the very anniversary, see, I have that thing where randomly I just have foreign accents. All of a sudden, I just boop. Oh god!
Charlie hurts my leg. Oh god. Oh, it hurts.
Oh dear god! Ooh, ow, ooh, whew. That really hurt my larynx. Ooh.